intentional thing. So we've seen him trap before, but in this case he's raising. He's going to make it 7,000.
Shak calls. 2 to the flop. And it's a scary looking one. It's a golf bag full of clubs.
Oh, and look at this. Dan Shak has checked out of turn, so the action will be on Dwan. And a check sometimes shows a little bit of fear, and when Dwan smells fear, he goes in for the attack. He bets 11,000.
Shak has bottom pair. But those clubs intimidating. He's shown that he doesn't like to be pushed around. A very successful player in his own right, Dan Shak. Around $2 million in tournament wins.
And he makes the call.
The turn is another club. It's the ace.
Well, once again, Dan Shak is in a position where he feels like he was ahead at the flop, but by just calling and not raising, he's opened the door, and now Dwan has spiked an ace on the turn.
This is a bit of a bluffer's paradise. Neither of them has a club. Who wants to represent?
Dwan checks, and this time Shak is going to bet, makes it 12,500. The time to put some chips in the middle was definitely on the flop by raising, but instead he's now betting into a better hand, and Dwan will call.
Dwan not a believer.
The river is a jack of hearts. Action on Tom Dwan now. He checks, and Shak checks, and he will be a little miffed when he sees that he was in fact ahead at the flop, but by not raising allowed Tom Dwan to take down the pot.
Shak, had he found one more bet on the river, might still have taken that one down. He had reached the end of his courage.
Lines are 1 and 2,000 now. 2 players joining us at the table. Roberto Romanello from Wales and Michael Samporna from Indonesia.
Roberto, I can tell you, a very chatty player, although he's folded out of this hand. Maybe that will keep him quiet.
Down to Dan Shak, who's been very active in this session. He picks up 7-8 offsuit and will raise to 6,000. Over to Dwan with 6-4 offsuit, sort of in the same neighbourhood, makes the call. And the flop is a 7-4 deuce flop, 2 clubs.
Something for everyone there. Middle pair for Tom Dwan and top pair for Dan Shak.
Shak reaches for chips. Looks like he's going to count out a bet.
These two have been the most active players at the table, so no surprise to see them going to war with such meagre holdings.
He makes a bet of 28,000. And over to Dwan now, who re-raises him all in and is quickly called there, so Dan Shak is well ahead in this hand. I guess Tom Dwan really didn't think he hit that board. Bit of a misstep there.
Yeah, no hesitation at all there from Dan Shak with the top pair and an 8 kicker.
Well, he was miles ahead and he knows it. Let's go to the turn. It is an 8, so Dan Shak with 2 pair.
A 5 would give Dwan the straight.
It would eliminate Dan Shak if Dwan could spike a 5 on the river.
Or a 4 to give him trips.
And the river is a jack of hearts, so Dan Shak will double up through through Tom Dwan.
He has certainly had a very busy session at the table. He has lived by the sword, died by it a few times, but he ends up with chips in front of him, ready to play towards that $1.2 million first prize.
Well, Grub, the Aussie Millions 100k event is well underway and we've only lost one player.
Yes, Hungarian Sandor Demjan is out, but he is a billionaire, so I don't suppose his goulash is being watered down with too many tears.
Make sure you join us next time as the action continues here at the Aussie Millions.